As always, take care. Stay safe. Oh, uh, what was that? Is that Bleakman? Bleak, Bleak. I've been feeling lost lately. I'm angry and so confused. And I'm not quite sure why, but a part of me feels guilty. Guilty for leaving the house that day. I just wanted to protect him. I thought the boat would keep him safe. But I was wrong for thinking that. He must have felt trapped, scared, and helpless. And now, he's gone. Maybe it is all my fault. I think I just need to take my mind off of Bleakman. I've been just constantly thinking about him, and I don't really know how to move forward. So I think I'm gonna try and get out. We're gonna grab some books and some emeralds here. And I think we're gonna take a little trip over to the village, go talk to Cobb and see if we can get a mending book. Because our pickaxe is on the brink, and we don't want to lose anything else in this world. Hey Cobb, mind if I come in? Yeah, I'm just swinging by to get a mending book. I'm not doing too well. I've actually got some bad news. Do you remember Bleakman? Yeah, the Enderman. Yeah, unfortunately he passed away a few days ago. Yeah, it caught me off guard too. I mean, yeah, I miss him, but I also just feel so guilty for leaving him alone. It's all I can think about. Yeah, that's a good idea. That might actually help. And I'd appreciate it if you came too. Alright, thanks Cobb. I'll see you around. Well, that was a good little conversation I had with Cobb. I'm actually in a little bit of a better mood just from talking with him. He actually kind of gave me the idea that we should probably give Bleakman a proper goodbye, and that might help a little bit with this whole grieving process. So I think today our main goal is probably going to be to build some kind of like a graveyard or a cemetery or something like that, so that we can give Bleakman a proper goodbye, you know, like a proper funeral service, and just be able to have him rest peacefully. I did actually manage to get that mending book from Cobb, so I think we should probably head home and go on ahead and put mending on our pickaxe. And actually I kind of want to get a diamond shovel as well. I've been using this iron one for a little too long now. Alright, let's see how expensive mending is for this. Oh, it's only five levels. Okay, perfect. But we don't really have enough XP to enchant a level 30 diamond shovel. So I just went on ahead and crafted one, as you can see here in my inventory. We're just going to head down into the skeleton spawner now, going ahead and mend up our diamond pickaxe. I also brought some pale moss and moss blocks, just one of each, because we can get some bone meal from down inside the spawner, and then do a little bit of farming while we're down there. Oh, nice. Stopped raining. Well, I just finished up down there. As you can see, I've got all my tools now healed up, and I've got a decent amount of moss and stuff like that. I'm just gonna put away all my moss for now. We're not gonna be using it at this moment, but we're gonna be using that later probably. For now, I just want to get some lapis here and do a little bit of enchanting. Oh, and I've also been thinking about this here. Eyes. So all these signs say eyes. You know, I've had a lot of time to think, and it's actually brought a little bit of spark in here, a little bit of spark in my mind about this book. If you guys remember, back during Christmas time, I received this book, and it's almost like a riddle, right? Asking, what am I? Think we have our answer here. Yeah, the more I'm looking at this, as well as like reading the book and like seeing what makes sense, I think eyes kind of fills in for all these, especially some of these like this, 12 in total, the end will meet, almost feels like ender eyes, right? And that might make a little bit more sense because Bleakman dropped his ender pearls, which, you know, would be used to make eyes of ender, as well as this last one here, release me and I'll reach great height. I think whenever you throw an ender pearl or an eye of ender, it goes up into the air. So maybe whoever did this is trying to point us in that direction. And that's been the other thing that's on my mind. Who did this? To me, I don't really have many ideas here, but for some reason the first thing that comes to my mind is Cobb. You know, back when I was first introduced to him, all the villagers called him Crazy Cobb, and they never saw him leave the house ever. I mean, if they never see him leave, then who's to say he doesn't leave at night and, you know? I don't know, that's all I have to really go off of, but I mean, Cobb's been nothing but nice to me, so I feel like it just feels wrong. Like, there's no way Cobb would have done that, right? Yeah, there's no way. I don't even know why I'm thinking that. That's just wrong of me. Let's just focus on getting our tools here and eventually working towards making a resting place for Bleakman. Looks like our first shovel's gonna give us fortune. I think I'm gonna probably re-roll that and see if we can get something else. Oh, sweet, there we go. Silk touch, but that's all we have. I mean, do I go again? Oh, I'm only level 29. I think we'll just roll with silk touch for now. Oh man. Sounds like there's a thunderstorm going on now. Of course, it starts raining again. Well, it looks like we've got our tools all sorted, and kind of looks like the sun is starting to set here. Probably not the safest for us, so maybe we'll just go on ahead and sleep off this rain, and then tomorrow we'll look around a little bit for a place that we can build our cemetery. I've actually got an idea for a spot that's kind of close by. I'll show you guys. So if we head over this way, this is kind of towards like my crop field area over here, but right beyond this mountain, I have actually been having my eye on this little spot, and I think it might actually be perfect for a graveyard. Obviously we're gonna have to do a little bit of terraforming. I think that kind of goes without saying here. It's kind of mountainous, but this area right here almost has a bit of a natural sort of barrier just inside of all these mountains. I'll probably end up having to flatten out some of these areas just a little bit more, just so that we can kind of keep a sort of natural barrier. Like, some of these hills are kind of steep, whereas this one is only like 6 blocks tall, you know? We've got a big mountain on that side. So I'll probably get to work here and try and make, like, not a super flat area, but, you know, a workable area where we can start building our graveyard. Oh my gosh. My shovel's already taken a beating. We haven't even done all that much work, honestly. I think I'm actually gonna go and get a new shovel. Maybe try and get one with at least unbreaking. I mean, efficiency would be nice because this is taking a little bit longer than I thought it would. Oh yeah, that's much faster. Remember when I said I didn't want to go too flat? Well, I don't know. It just kind of happened. I kind of like outlined some blocks here and there, and we ended up with a pretty flat area. I mean, I think it's for the better, honestly. I don't think anyone really wants to be buried on like a hill, so it might be better for us to have this terrain here. We also did get a little wandering trader guy who stopped by if he's making a break for he's running away. But he doesn't have anything good, so I have been collecting some materials here and there. I actually died, as you can see probably by my levels. I have 11 levels down at the bottom. I died collecting string, believe it or not. I was in an abandoned mine shaft, and well, you know, a creeper fell down from above and exploded me, which kind of sucks. But it's alright, you know, we get back on our feet and we get it done. So yeah, I've got a bunch of string here, mainly for candles, for these light gray candles, and I've been kind of thinking about a sort of a color palette here for our walls. Alright, so I'm actually not too sure where I want my, like the actual perimeter of this to be. So for now, I'm just going to throw together kind of an example of what our wall is going to look like, but like obviously just on a super small scale. So we've got those iron bars in, and then what I want to do with these candles, I don't know if we'll have enough. I might have to go farm some more, but if we place them on top of these iron bars like this, they add a pretty nice little like point to it, and I think that'll look really good on like a large scale. Again, I'm not sure exactly how big I want to go with this. I'm not even sure if I want to go with like a square shape. Maybe I could start planning some of that out right now too. I mean, based on where the terrain kind of goes in right here, I almost feel like this would be the best spot for a gate. So we'll probably have like a gate here, maybe 5 blocks wide will be the entrance. And then I think it'll have tough on the ends. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we've got a decent shape here. If we hop in free cam, we can kind of see. I've laid out each wall with 5 block gap in between, so that way, you know, we can replicate our walls with the iron bars and the candles and everything. And obviously, like I said, we'll have our gate here in the center, and then yeah, this is kind of the area that we're working with. So we didn't go with the perfect square, kind of like more like a plus sign, I think. But if we're here on the ground, I mean, you can kind of imagine this is going to be a pretty big graveyard, especially if, you know, a grave is like 2 blocks wide or 2 blocks long, you know what I mean? We could fit in a bunch of graves here and there. I kind of want to find the middle of our place here since we are pretty symmetrical. I think this block and this block. So yeah, I think this is the center here. And we'll probably end up doing almost like a circle in the center. And we could put like a tree here, or like just, you know, having like some kind of centerpiece, I think, in the middle of the graveyard will be pretty nice. And it can also help guide our paths, right? Like if our gate is over here, we might end up making that a little bit bigger, maybe like a garden in the center or something. But if it's like that, you know, we can have a path that kind of wraps around, comes all the way over here, and you know, does like a whole little loop around. Obviously not a perfect straight path or perfect circle path. We're gonna add a little bit of asymmetry in there just to kind of spice it up a little bit, you know. And obviously we can decorate the path too with just typical things you'd see around a graveyard, like benches and flowers and things of that nature. But I'm thinking we have a pretty solid plan here, so I think I'm just gonna go on ahead and tear down our little prototype here, and we'll probably just go on ahead and start building and see what happens, I guess. had my doubts when I was building this, but I just kept on going, and I'm actually really happy with how it's turning out. Obviously, we still need to do our centerpiece here. I think we're going to do a tree and maybe do some kind of garden or something there. But I'm really happy with our gravestones, and here, let's look even in free cam. I'm really happy with the path too. I was like initially regretting making such a symmetrical build, but our paths are pretty asymmetrical, and I think it works out really well. And as y'all saw, we have all of our graves here with their own like unique little headstones. This is actually where Bleakman will be buried. He's got a 3-long casket because he's a tall guy, right? Yeah, I tried to make each headstone like unique, right? And they're all signed actually from people from our Discord community. I had them sort of create their own gravestones, right? So some of them are kind of funny, right? Here lies Fash, gone due to no Etat streams. Before I started working on all the details here, I actually received a post in the community Discord from Spotty or Yeti, and he actually built a beautiful church with these mausoleums, and I'm sure you guys can see I took a lot of inspiration from him, so big shout out to Yeti. I was actually thinking that these mausoleums would be the perfect place for our Halloween jack-o'-lantern mobs that we caught, so why don't we go on ahead and get those guys and bring them over here. I'm all geared up now. I've got 2 shields here and some leads. I actually have my skeletons trapped in a boat over here. I actually think I only have 1 skeleton with the jack-o'-lantern on his head, and this is, oh wait, it's not even him. Wait, hold on. Yeah, this is the guy that we're looking for. He's got the jack-o'-lantern. You can see his eyes are yellow. The other guy just has a regular pumpkin on his head. We're probably not going to take him, but we're definitely going to need a shield to move this guy. I think I'm going to try and keep him in a boat. I mean, let's just see how this goes. And this guy has like rapid fire. Like, I can't get a break. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry to all those dogs, but that jack-o'-lantern guy is way too precious to lose. It had to be done. Alright, I regained myself. Sorry, my adrenaline rush right there. I literally thought we just lost another one of our special mobs here. Let's just try and make a break for it. We're on a downhill now. I think we just have to keep going. Wait, am I even going to be able to get him through the gate here? Oh, yep, he's coming. I've opened up this, and I have a hole on the other side for me to exit out of. Alright, I just forgot a really crucial step. Since these are just like regular mobs, they need to be name tagged, otherwise they will despawn if they're not inside the boat. He hasn't despawned because he's in the boat, but I kind of want to take him out of the boat when they're inside their little mausoleums. So I'm actually going to go grab some name tags real quick. Yeah, it's a really good thing that I remembered to do that. Otherwise I would have been really sad. But if we can put there, yep, you can see his name right there. Let's see, hold on. Dog food. You know, because of the recent event that almost happened. He almost died. I can't believe that. I've got 2 bars here. If I break that boat, he shouldn't be able to get out. I just gotta be careful not to hit him. Okay, yep, good. And then put him there. And I still get the boat back. Sweet. Well, at least the hard one was out of the way. The skeletons are always going to be the hardest because, you know, they're just going to keep firing arrows while you're transporting them. But I've got 2 more guys that I want to move over. I only have 2 other guys with the jack-o'-lanterns on their heads. The other mobs that I have are just regular, like, you know, pumpkins. Oh, I just caught a pig too. Great. Alright, sorry, pig. This is for the undead, unfortunately. Alright, let's go on ahead and get these guys named as well. So over here, we're gonna have Don't Dead. And as you guys can probably already guess, this guy is gonna be named Open Inside. There's a little Walking Dead reference for any Walking Dead fans. I don't know if anyone even cares about the show anymore, but yes, there we have our mobs. There is the moon. This is what I've been waiting for. I wanted to wait until nighttime to show you guys why I really wanted these jack-o'-lantern guys trapped in here. The jack-o'-lantern ones in particular over the pumpkin guys, because I have a mod called dynamic lights, and basically that just allows like torches and any light source really to emit like the light without having to place it down. So that applies to these jack-o'-lantern guys as well, which is really cool. And at nighttime you can see our little mausoleums here are glowing, which is I don't know, it's just a little detail that's pretty fun to play around with, so I'm pretty happy with that. Oh yeah, and some of you guys might have realized I ran out of candles. We made it about like 75% of the way. All the way over there is kind of where we ran out of candles, so we just have a little bit left here. I mainly just ran out of string. I'll have to head back down to the abandoned mine shaft and farm up some of those spider spawners and try and take advantage of some of those cobwebs too. But yeah, I think it's time we start working on our custom tree here. While I'm building this tree, I figured I'll give you guys a little update on what's been going on in my life. I recently had to get surgery on my nose to help fix my breathing. Pretty much all my life, I've been impaired when it came to breathing through my nose. And it's been like that for as long as I can remember, so I pretty much just adapted to breathing with an impaired nose. But as I'm getting older, I figured I should probably get that fixed, and yeah, the surgery kind of put me out of commission for about 2.5, almost 3 weeks. The doctor actually had to break my nose in order to fix a deviated septum, and then he also had to widen one of my nostrils. So now I'm finally able to breathe through both of my nostrils, which is a good thing. And I'm still in the healing process. You know, my nose is super sensitive right now, but I'm doing a lot better. You know, I'm back into my normal routine. But anyway, that's enough yapping. So let's go take a look at this tree. I really want this tree to be viewed at nighttime. We used a bunch of these eye blossom flowers, as you guys probably saw me placing in there. I did a little trick where you can kind of hide a little bit of moss inside of the leaves, and you'll be able to plant some little eye blossom flowers in there as well. And yeah, we have a little bit of hidden resin too, and a bunch of the hanging moss just to kind of make our tree feel a little bit fluffier. But I think once night falls, this area is really gonna shine. As you can see, a bunch of the eye blossoms are opening up soon. These little guys here inside of the tree will start opening. We've even got some hidden, like right up above this piece of resin. There's actually an eye blossom hidden inside the leaves too. And so it just adds like a tiny bit of color, almost like there's a fruit. Oh look, yeah, you see, they opened up. Yeah, every now and then you get a little glimpse of that orange shining through the leaves, and just adds a little bit more color to our gray area here. I also finished up the rest of the decorations here. Got a bunch of bushes and even these little blue soul lanterns here. I figured the blue kind of fits the vibe that we're going for a little bit better than the normal lanterns. And then yeah, these bushes, I just kind of put them in areas where I don't want people walking. So like I don't want people just cutting across the yard to go to these graves. I really want to like force the path. But I think it's about time we start preparing for Bleakman's funeral. I want to invite the villagers, so I'll probably send off a little letter, see if they'll come out. But yeah, I'm gonna get prepared and get ready for his service. Hi everyone. First off, I just want to say thank you all for showing up today despite the weather. We gather here today to honor the life and soul of Bleakman, an Enderman, a roommate, and most importantly, a friend. Bleakman came into my life during a rainy day similar to today. Carrying his precious grass block, he used my roof as shelter from the rain. The attic became Bleakman's permanent residence. Anytime I needed to grab some materials, Bleakman was always there, making sure everything was still in place. Eye contact made him a bit uncomfortable, but I think it ultimately brought us closer. Bleakman was a boisterous fellow, constantly making blips and blops while sitting in his boat. I think I'm gonna miss hearing his little noises through the attic floor. I never thought there would be an Enderman that I could call my friend, but Bleakman proved this false. Bleakman never let his treasured grass block out of his sight. Goodbye, my friend. I promise to bring you justice. Oh man, yesterday was not easy. It is not an easy thing to deliver a eulogy for your friend, but Cilantro and I decided to come back again today to pay our respects for Bleakman here. I actually brought him a purple flower because I figured it kind of matches his eye a little bit. But overall, I'm really grateful that we ended up doing the funeral service. We had a good turnout, a lot of the villagers came, even some of the iron golems came, which was really nice. But anyway, I think I'm going to start wrapping the video up here. We've got a really cool graveyard in our world now, and I'm really happy with the way it came out. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Seriously, it means the world to me. Thank you guys for being patient with me while I had my surgery. Got some cool stuff planned for the future, particularly some more live streams and stuff like that. So if y'all are interested in that, go on ahead and follow my Twitch over there. But anyway, I appreciate you guys for watching. It means the world to me. I love you guys. Take care. Stay safe. I'll see you guys in the next one.